Hey guys, in today's video I will be comparing the S23 Ultra versus the S24 Ultra. And I know that there is no S25 Ultra even though it came out already, but I honestly think that both the S23 and the S24 Ultra offer a much better value compared to the newest S25 Ultra, both in price and in features. And since these two devices are super similar guys, we're gonna be focusing mostly on the performance and on the cameras, so starting off with the performance, let's go! So as you might know guys, the S23 Ultra packs the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 while the S24 Ultra packs the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 inside, and on paper guys the difference between them is big. Like the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is definitely a lot faster than the Gen 2 when it comes to benchmarks. In reality though, both of these CPUs are quite indistinguishable to the naked eye, and both of these phones handle heavy apps and games just fine, so if you really want to see a difference, you would have to push both of these phones to their absolute limits. And so that's what I did. I downloaded some heavy apps and games. I also tried exporting videos in 4K 60 FPS on both of these devices, and as you can see from these results here, the devices perform quite similarly, with the S23 Ultra lagging just a little bit behind the S24 Ultra. And I have also enabled the FPS counter as well as the GPU and CPU usage from the developer settings and tested some games on there. Now when talking about anything, be it performance, screen, cameras or whatever, you have to also factor in the price of these two phones, and I'm not gonna lie, you can find the S23 Ultra second-hand a lot cheaper compared to the S24 Ultra, but that would also come with some risks, like for example the battery life not doing so great, or the phone having some defects here and there, while the S24 Ultra is almost perfect even after 1 year, and even if you buy it second-hand, you're probably not gonna encounter that many issues. So that's just something to keep in mind, but when it comes to gaming itself, both of these devices perform exceptionally, with the S24 Ultra beating the S23 with just a little bit. Now, let's talk about the cameras. I have loaded a few samples here and I'm gonna leave it to you to tell me which one of these devices is better down in the comments. So this is 4K 60 FPS on both of these devices, and as you can see here, the S23 Ultra actually handles the low light better compared to the S24 Ultra for some reason. Not really sure why this is, but it's also the same with the photos. Anyway, I think that both of them are still great. So moving on with the video samples, I just wanted to mention a few things here. Other than looking 90% identical, if you look closely you will notice that the S23 Ultra is a bit more faded, especially when it switches to its 10 times optical lens. I'm still not sure why this happens, but I did some research and apparently some S23 Ultra units had this problem, so it's a bit of a gamble on whether the one you decide to buy for yourself would have this feature or not. But nevertheless, both phones are spectacular when it comes to both photos and videos, and definitely a way better deal than many smartphones coming out right now. So if I was on a tight budget, then the S23 Ultra is a no-brainer, but the S24 Ultra is still beating it here for sure. And I would definitely recommend you getting this phone if you want to capture great moments or even start your own YouTube channel or your own content creation business. I've been using smartphones to record all of my videos, and this smartphone here takes the #1 spot for an Android device, coming just second to an iPhone 15 or 16 Pro, because I don't think any other phone can beat them when it comes to video quality. And guys, if you enjoyed this comparison so far, then hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, it helps me out a lot. So once again, I will leave it up to you to decide which phone produces the better video. and I'll leave some samples rolling because I just made way too many of them. So let me know down in the comments, guys, which phone is the best and which one are you getting, or maybe you want to opt in for the S25 Ultra instead.